Hey guys, wanted to start doing ghost stories on TikTok, YouTube, and this is something that I've kind of been wanting to do for a while. Just didn't really have the motivation or the confidence to do it. But let's try to keep the story under 3 minutes. I have a few ghost stories to tell. Um, so this is one of my favorite to tell people. Um, I have better ones, but this is one that happened very early on in a negative spiritual experience that I had. So basically, this is sleep paralysis related. I get a lot of, well, I used to get a lot of sleep paralysis. I don't get it too much anymore, but I get it every now and then. I was getting it a lot. It started in high school, my last year in high school, senior year. That's when I started getting sleep paralysis. I didn't really know what it was. I'd never even heard of it before. And this was kind of just something that just happened like once a month for many months, for like the whole year. And every time it would happen, I would tell my friends at school at the lunch table, and it'll kind of be like a monthly thing where I let them know what happened. But this particular time, when I got sleep paralysis, and usually this happens between like 2 or 3 a.m. I think that's when the ghosts are most active during that time. Although I've had sleep paralysis in the daytime plenty of times before also. But this particular time, normally when I was getting sleep paralysis back then, like my head would start vibrating, just my head, and then it would stop. And when that would happen, I wouldn't be able to move my body for like 10 seconds at a time, and then I would like break out of it. And so that's usually what would happen: 10 seconds of sleep paralysis, 5 seconds off. And then, if I stay in bed, then it would happen again. So that's how the cycle of sleep paralysis usually happens. It doesn't last too long for me. I'm not in bed for hours with sleep paralysis. It's only for like a couple of minutes at most. Um, I mean, at a time, like 10 or 15 seconds. But anyways, this particular time, what had happened was my bed sheet cover basically moved up my body. So let's say this, I'm flat on the bed, and then my hand is the blanket. And so what had happened was the blanket moved up my body slowly, like this, as I was in sleep paralysis mode and I couldn't move. And I didn't really believe that happened. I wasn't really sure. I was a little scared when it happened, but I was also curious. I was curious to see if it would happen again. So I actually stayed in bed when it happened, when the bedsheet cover moved up, to see if it happened again, and it actually happened again. The blanket moved all the way up to my neck, and then that's when I got the hell out of bed. Prayed to whoever I was praying to at the time, and then it went away. Usually, when I pray, the sleep paralysis goes away. That's what I did back then. Nowadays, when I get sleep paralysis, I just light an incense stick, maybe some other spiritual measures, and then usually it doesn't happen again that same night. But yeah, um, hope that made sense. I don't know if that was entertaining, or if I got some other stories as well, but that was the story of how I got sleep paralysis. And this particular time, my bedsheet cover moved. I think that was one of the only times an inanimate object moved on its own for me. Out of all these, I've gotten sleep paralysis probably like 100 times since high school. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.